Manufactured stone veneer is an artificial stone product that looks pretty much like real stone from all sides, except when you turn it over, you'll see that it has a flat bottom and it has ridges built into it. And the reason for that is so that this lightweight stone, when you put it on a vertical surface, is going to stick better. And it's one product that I think benefits from shopping around for a good brand name. Some of the cheaper manufactured stone products, first of all, they just look really bad. They don't look great. But more importantly is there's a lot of repetition between the stones, which means you have to be really creative and separate those stones. The better brands have fewer repeats, and it just makes your job a lot easier. When you get the box, make sure that the box is complete. Building supply companies often sell to large quantity customers, like contractors, who often don't care if a few stones or even a whole layer is missing. For you, being a do-it-yourselfer, you do care. It's your money, and you're dealing with a lower quantity of installation, so it's going to make a difference if you're missing a whole layer. Another thing is make sure that the layers are properly separated, and check the condition of the stones, because they are not, manufactured stone is not homogeneous, so that if it chips, you're going to see something behind it. Homogeneous would mean that, when whatever you see on the outside goes all the way through. Manufactured stone, it's kind of like a paint job, and the chip is going to show this white, concrete-like product on the inside. And you don't want that. Another thing you need to do is, when you first pull them out and they look okay, is to check for ridges. The stone is poured in this direction, like ice in an ice cube tray, and it does develop these ridges, and they're easy to take off. You just take a chisel or something of this nature and just lightly tap from the back side to take the ridges out. And you want to take those down, because if you have them, the stones are not going to fit as close together. Lay your stones out on the ground as kind of a rough draft. You don't want to be doing it for the first time when you've got buckets of wet mortar. When you put it on the ground, you have the luxury of time to move things around. And you can actually mix up small batches of mortar. Now, if you buy something like the Laticrete manufactured stone mortar, it says to mix 5.9 quarts of cold water with the entire bag. That is a lot of mortar for one person, especially a do-it-yourselfer, to deal with. What you can do is put a small amount in the bottom of a bucket, slowly add water, and mix with your margarine trowel until you get it to the consistency of like creamy peanut butter. So just play it by ear like that, and you'll get a good mix. So this is what you'll be using. You'll be using a margarine trowel. It is the right size for these stones. It's easy to work with, and you can see it's a good width for these kinds of stones. Adhering these to the wall, I found that they do stick pretty well to the wall. I mean, they have kind of a suction or vacuum effect. However, one thing you may not notice at first is that they can tilt downward. So even though from the front it looks okay, from the side they may be tilting downwards. So just make sure you kind of give it a final push from the top, and they will stick pretty well. I hope these tips help you from a do-it-yourself angle, and best wishes on your manufacturing stone project.